Hello everybody and welcome to the Latchkey Demo. Today I'm going to talk about some of the features within Latchkey and how to utilize them. Obviously I won't be able to go into all the features that we have, so I highly recommend you signing up for Latchkey and using it for yourself. When you log into the Latchkey dashboard, you will land into the command and control center. Here you can get a snapshot of everything that's happening in your deployments. You can see your optimizations insight, pipeline performance, and cost analysis. At the top, you have few filter options. You can select the date range, you can select different workflow files, different repositories, and different runner types. When you land into the runner page, you can see two types of runners within Latchkey, our preset runners and our AI scanned runners. Our preset runners are comparable to GitHub Actions built-in runners like Ubuntu latest. But the difference is that Latchkey runners are cheaper and faster by almost 70% and come with a self-healing functionality that we will talk about later in this video. Our AI scan runners, on the other hand, is a way for you to select a repository, scan that repositories for dependencies, and build a custom runner with those dependencies already installed so your CI job will take less time to run. We have a few built here already and one is building, but to show you how this feature works, I'm going to enable monitoring in another repository over here so we can have it in our dashboard. Let's select a new repository to monitor. Going back to AI Scan Runner, now we can select this repository and scan the repository. And here, Latchkey will run in the background, analyzes your tech stack, all the dependencies that repository is utilizing, and create a custom config and a custom runner for that repository. Looking at one of the repositories that we already scanned, you can see Latchkey detect a few packages that already installed in our preset runners and a package that it will install with this new custom runner. Let's go ahead and approve and build this custom runner. Moving down to our self-healing dashboard, here is all the self-healing actions that happen with Latchkey runners. When a failure happens on your CI/CD pipeline with Latchkey runners, these failures are diagnosed and automatically fixed while the run is happening. To show you this example, one of our runs was installing a Mozilla package that was experiencing some network issue. This is a 2-hour-long run and would have resulted in a failure. Because we were using Latchkey runners, Latchkey automatically detected this failure, and before sending that failure to GitHub, it held the run, fixed the issue, and resumed the run. And at the end, you will get a report like this, so you're always in the loop and know what happened. Moving to optimization insight, here, Latchkey analyzes your pipeline, your workflows, and your workflow files, and periodically suggests optimizations opportunities for your workflow file. And you can see it's suggesting some cost optimization, some reliability, and some security hardening. Let's select one of these security optimizations, and we can apply these change, and Latchkey automatically creates a PR for us that we can review and apply. So let's go ahead and merge this pull request. Now let's go back to the Latchkey dashboard. Next page is our performance overview. This is great for executives and engineering managers that control a large team and they want to have an overview of how their deployments are going, how fast, what is the failure rate, what is the mean time to recovery, and you will be able to see that in a dynamic way in the Latchkey dashboard. You can select different repositories. For example, I want to see how Latchkey performed in the past 7 days. In the cost analysis page, you will get an overview of your cost, so you will never be surprised. You can see how much you spent on the GitHub side and how much you spent on Latchkey side. If you're still using GitHub runners, you'll be able to see that onto the left. And if you're utilizing Latchkey runners, you'll be able to see that and compare on the right. And you'll be able to analyze your cost down to the smallest detail of runner type, um, OS type, and breaks down by repository. When you enable monitoring on a repository, it'll actually automatically parse your repositories for documentation that will be helpful when recommending a optimization insight or for our self-healing functionality. Moving on to migrate runners, here you can select the repositories that you have access to and migrate your runners from GitHub or any other managed runner service that you're using to Latchkey for a better, faster, and cheaper experience. And Latchkey will create an automatic PR and migrate all of your runners to a Latchkey type. So let's go ahead and merge this pull request, and let's move back to the Latchkey dashboard. Moving to the team management page, here you can invite or remove your team members to the Latchkey dashboard. You can give them different types. You can also add different workspaces to your Latchkey dashboard. So if you are managing two different companies, or if you are an agency owner and you manage multiple different companies or clients, you can add them as additional workspaces and manage them separately. Moving down to settings, here you get few options. Notification is how Latchkey communicates with you. You can receive notifications via an email, you can receive in-app notification or push notification, and you can connect your Slack workspace to get notified on Slack. Moving to the next step is our self-healing toggle. If you don't want Latchkey to self-heal, you can toggle self-healing and Latchkey will operate as a normal runner without self-healing functionality. Moving to API keys, here you can create a Latchkey API key and utilize Latchkey MCP with your coding agent. If you or your coding agent wrote a test that has genuine bug, Latchkey doesn't want to fix that. We prefer for your coding agent to take on that task. And with Latchkey MCP, your coding agent automatically gets notified with a full untruncated logs and all the actions that are self-healing operated during that failure and the context necessary to fix the issue. Moving to the account tab. Here you can delete workspaces or delete your account if you want. And one last page is our documentation page where you can read about what Latchkey is, how to get started, some of the features that we didn't talk about here, such as Latchkey caching, Latchkey Docker, and a few more features that it will take a longer video to go through. Thank you for watching and hope you have a happy deployment with Latchkey.